In the day's other news, Wall Street plunged back into meltdown mode on news that coronavirus infections are rising in 21 states. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost well over 1,800 points, nearly 7%, to close at 25,128. The Nasdaq fell 527 points, and the S&P 500 dropped 188. The sell-off also came as another 1.5 million Americans file for unemployment benefits. We'll take a closer look after the news summary. The pandemic is also continuing to surge in other countries. Cases across Africa doubled to 200,000 just in the last 18 days. Brazil and India have reported spikes in infections as restrictions ease, and the World Health Organization urged vigilance today.
Most people remain susceptible to this virus, and the threat of a resurgence remains very real. All of us have a part to play in protecting ourselves and protecting others.
Globally, some 7.4 million people have been infected. Nearly 3.5 million have recovered so far. Back in this country, protesters are pulling down more monuments linked to white supremacy. Overnight, crowds in Richmond, Virginia, toppled a statue of Confederate President Jefferson Davis. Protesters in St. Paul, Minnesota, and Miami targeted statues of Christopher Columbus. Meanwhile, the country music group Lady Antebellum shortened its name to Lady A. Antebellum generally refers to the pre-Civil War era when slavery was legal. President Trump called today for racial justice, but he also warned against what he called an extreme agenda. He spoke in Dallas, and without giving specifics, he suggested that some protester demands are not helping.
Americans are good and virtuous people. We have to work together to confront bigotry and prejudice wherever they appear, but we'll make no progress and heal no wounds by falsely labeling tens of millions of decent Americans as racist or bigots.
The president also drew criticism for planning a campaign rally on June 19th in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The day is known as Juneteenth and commemorates the end of slavery. And Tulsa was the scene of rioting by whites in 1921 that killed hundreds of black victims. Former Vice President Joe Biden says he is worried that President Trump will try to, quote, steal the November election. Biden has wrapped up the Democratic presidential nomination. He spoke last night on The Daily Show with Trevor Noah.
It's my greatest concern, my single greatest concern. This president's going to try to steal this election. This is a guy who said that all mail-in ballots are fraudulent.
Biden also said that the military could be called on to escort Mr. Trump out if he loses the election but refuses to leave office. And the United States is moving to impose sanctions on the International Criminal Court for investigating alleged U.S. war crimes in Afghanistan. President Trump's executive order today authorizes travel restrictions and other measures. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo called the ICC a, quote, kangaroo court. Still to come on the NewsHour, a grim economic forecast shows high unemployment lingering as a result of COVID-19. Protesters worldwide show solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement. The coronavirus takes an outsized toll on black-owned businesses in the U.S., and much more.
This is the PBS NewsHour from WETA Studios in Washington and in the West from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University.